On Saturday in Lagos begin with a sermon from the sun. It rose hot. The sun rose over number 14 Adebayo Street, where the compound smell of wet dust, ogbono soup and detergent. It was sanitation day. Everyone knew the routine. Sweep the courtyard, scrub the gutters, and fight mosquitoes like a small war. Shade tied her scarf. Ayo rolled up his sleeves. And the man of the hour, her younger brother Tunde, stood near the doorway like a reluctant ghost. Tunde, your own is the gutter, Shade announced, handing him a better long hand brush. You skipped last week. Today, you will do it. Ha, Auntie me, my spirit is weak, Tunde said, holding his chest in a way that suggested he had recently watched too many Nollywood dramas. Ayo turned slowly. Ayo was Shade's husband. Your spirit is weak, he asked, but your stomach is strong when it is jollof time. Tunde hated house chores with the depth of a proverb. He would rather argue about offside rules than lift a mop. That day, the gutter looked endless. Dirty water, black leaves that flew around the compound. Baba Fatai, the landlord, had already placed the wheelbarrow nearby like an office witness. Start now, he begged, before sun cook your head, Tunde. Tunde took one dramatic step, looked into the gutter, and as Shade turned away, he staggered. Hey, hey, my head, my head, oh. He rolled his eyes, dropped the brush and folded himself to the ground like a collapsed umbrella. Ayo's broom froze in his hand. What is that? Shade turned around. Tunde, she shouted. From the upstairs balcony, Mama Bisi, the neighbor, shouted, Blood of Jesus! Tunde lay half on the courtyard ties, one arm folded, mouth slightly twisted, breathing in loud breath. I can't feel my left side, he said, amazed at his own creativities. Shade knelt beside him, palm to his forehead. Ayo, call the clinic, she shouted. Clinic? Baba Fatai replied. Today they are closed. Let us carry him to Baba Ogundele, the herbalist. He is nearby. Before Tunde could protest, 4 men hosted him like a bag of rice. He tried to keep his face crooked, his arm folded. Ayo's phone flashed with a light. It was 12:30 p.m. Shade looked on between panic and timing. Let's go now, she said. Tunde swallowed hard. Herbalist? He had expected to be laid on the sofa with Lucozade boost, not dragged into a forest of leaves and mysteries. They loaded him into a keke, and Tunde tried to maintain his stroke face as the keke hits a bump and burns his body. Ha! Gently, he cried, forgetting which side was supposed to be paralyzed. You can still shout, Mama Bisi said, insuspicious. It is pain of life, Tunde said, and let his head low dramatically. Baba Ogunleye's courtyard was full of bottles, green and clear stuff with leaves, roots, and secrets. The herbalist dressed in white singlet and wrapper, smiling like a man who knew stories before they were told. What pressed this young man's spirit? He asked. It is stroke, Baba Fatai said. It grabbed him this morning. The herbalist's eyes narrowed. We shall see. The herbalist taped Tunde's knee with a spoon. The leg kicked. He taped the other. It also kicked. Reflexes are alive. He can feel Tunde's breath. No smell of palm wine. He raised Tunde's paralyzed arm and dropped it. It felt like a long good acting. Then, most dangerously, he kicked Tunde's foot with a peacock feather. Tunde tightened his teeth not to smile. The feather danced. The toast twisted. The herbalist said, lips twisting above a white hair, stroke that stretched back. Still, Baba Ogunleye accepted the case with great ceremony. He mixed bitter leaf, scent leaf, and something he called night water into a green portion that could melt pride. For 7 days, he announced, no salt, no meat, no beer, and he must not eat any food that has pepper and mangi, and no talking too much. He must sleep on bamboo mats to bring his spirits back alive, and he will bathe with bitter leaf water at dawn. Tunde froze. Shade claps her hands gratefully. Thank you, Baba. They carried Tunde home like a fragile egg. Word traveled faster than air. By noon, half of the compound had delivered condolences and advice. Mama Bisi brought pepper soup without meat and salt. Tunde, take this. This is for strength, she said. Tunde looked inside the pepper soup, searching for pepper trail. Nothing, just steam and sadness. He forced a sip. The bitterness hugged his tongue like a stubborn visitor. Ayo set up a bamboo mat in the parlor, under the ceiling that blew as if it was forced. Baba said no TV, Ayo reminded. Tunde's eyes looked to the silent screen. Arsenal will be kicking off soon. His right hand switched for the remote, the way fish roll for water. Brother Ayo, he said, maybe small highlights. Shade folded her arms, standing by the doorway. Do you want to recover or not? She asked. The next day, by the afternoon, Mosquito had learned Tunde's home address. They held a conference in his ankles because he was paralyzed. He could not slap them without exposing himself. He lay there, lips vibrating, breathing quietly, violently prayers. Outside the compound, chorus sang, swish of brooms, noise of baskets, downfall horns, and Baba Fatai radio preaching. Tunde's stomach groaned. Pepper soup without meat was not a covenant he enjoyed. Day 2, he began with a cold bath of bitter leaf at 5 a.m. Shade poured the water, murmuring, it will draw out the sickness. It's already drawing me into the problem I create for myself, Tunde said. Then fixed his twisted mouth when Shade looked up. After the bath, Shade's husband, Ayo, brought a bowl of pap with no sugar. This will give you energy, Baba said, Ayo declared. I have put myself under my own enemy, Tunde replied under his breath. The herbalist had assigned gently movements to prevent stiffness. Shade interrupted. That's as small choice that do not kill. She handed Tunde a basket of laundry. Use only your good arm. Baba instructed you do this. This is called exercise for your body, she said. Tunde looked at her sister with disbelief. But my left hand cannot do anything alone. Did Baba not say movement? And so Shade replied, because he doesn't want to expose himself. He pegged shirts and wrappers one-handed. The wind clapped them against his face like a rebuke. On day 3, Arsenal lost. Tunde didn't know this directly. He knew it from the sign that escaped Ayo's chest and the slow shake of his head. The pain of not seeing the match entered Tunde's bone and set up a small winter there. He realized 2 things. 1, the bitter leaf was working too well on his pride. 2, faking a stroke is only sweet until the consequences arrive with slippers. That afternoon, little Bisi from next door dropped in, eyes bright. Uncle Tunde, she called, will you die today? Tunde swallowed hard. Not today, he replied. Then she nodded wisely. Mommy said, your stroke is the type that comes when people see dirty gutters. Tunde almost sat up straight. What? Nothing, she said, and went away. On the fourth day, Baba Ogunleye arrived for his work. He looked at Tunde's tongue, pressed his fingers and said, you will live, but your spirit is lazy. We must scare it. He produced a new bottle, this one with a flowing root inside, like a drawn finger. Night draught, Baba said. Drink at 8 p.m. After you finish drinking, sleep. Spirit will stand attention by morning. Tunde peeped into the bottle, considering his life choices. That evening, after the drought, Tunde's dream turned into loud market scene, where vegetables chased him for debt. He woke at midnight hungry, thirsty, and full of regret. He heard Shade praying softly in the next door. God, heal my brother. Also healed his character. Something shifted in his chest. Shame. Honest. He wasn't sure. He lay awake, counting fan blades and lies. Every morning brought visitors. Pastor Dele came with anointing oil. Affliction shall not rise a second time, he declared, rubbing Tunde's forehead. Behind him came the men from the neighborhood to greet him, and some with pity. Tunde will always force a smile. That afternoon, as Shade cooked beans, she spoke lightly. Hospital called back. They have one slot tomorrow for a brain scan. It is expensive, but Ayo say we will manage. We can sell the old generator. The beans in Tunde's throat suddenly multiplied. The old generator had history. It has always been useful whenever the NEPA went on strike. Sister, he said with his mouth twisted, let us not rush. Shade struggled. Life is precious. Your life is important to me than that generator. Tunde sat up in frustration too smoothly, caught himself how he bathed with bitter leaves and lies. If they sold the generator for his drama, he would be a liar in his own family story. He pressed his eyes shut and saw the gutter again. The smelling water and black leaves he had tried to escape. Maybe the leaves had eased a blessing all along. On the sixth day, the herbalist returned with a final treatment. A steam tent infused with leaves. You will sit inside and sweat out the bad blood, he said. Tunde sat inside a basin of boiling herbs, draped a cloth over Tunde's head and shoulders, and trapped him with the smell of a forest lecture. Immediately, sweat ran down Tunde's back. He coughed, then coughed again. A sweet, free cough that didn't match his illness story at all. When the clothes came off, he met Baba Ogunleye's eyes. The old man's gaze was not unkind. Young man, he said, do not allow laziness to wear the coat of sickness. That coat is too heavy for the body and too insulting for those who truly suffer. The words landed gently but firmly. Tunde's fake leg and arm slipped off his spirit like a wet shirt. Quietly, he said, Baba, I understand. That night, as the compound cold and children chased each other with sachets of pure water, Tunde called Shade and Ayo to the parlor. He sat on the bamboo mat upright, hands clapping at each other. Sister, brother, he began, voice small. I am sorry, Shade blinked. Sorry for what? She asked. For lying. I did not have a stroke. I only did not want to clean the gutter. Silence unfolded, then refolded. Ayo leaned back, mouth open with disbelief. Shade covered her face with both her palms, then dropped them to her lap. Tunde, she said softly, you made us afraid. I know, he replied. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat. I prayed all night. And you made us plan to sell the generator. Ayo was very angry and he said, you will clean to gutter. Surprised at how quickly Solomon had possessed him. Tunde nodded slowly, then tears rolling down his face. Shade's eyes shined with something like tired of pride. Tomorrow morning then, she said. They did not hug. The silence didn't ask for that. It asked for sincerity and a plan. And maybe a little effort to feed strength back into a house that had been fasting for trust. The next day, at dawn before the sun could lecture anyone, Tunde tied a scarf around his nose and gloved his hands with plastic bags. He attacked the gutter like a repentant soldier, cleaning weeds, scrubbing until the water ran clear. Children watched in surprise. Uncle, your stroke has healed? It ran away when it smelled work, he replied, and this time the compound laughed with him, not at him. Thank you for watching this story, bestie. Moral lesson. Laziness often creates bigger problems than the works you were trying to avoid. Pretending or lying to escape responsibility may bring short-time comfort, but it can cost trust, respect, and peace in the long run. Honest effort, even when it is hard, is lighter to carry than the burden of deceit. And in a community, your actions, good or bad, become part of the story people will tell about you. Thank you for watching this video. Kindly share your thoughts with me in the comment section. What lesson did you learn from this story? Share this story with your loved ones. And please subscribe to this channel if you've not done so by now. Until I bring another story your way. Bye.